Welcome everyone, thank you so much for joining in. So right now, looking at this Bitcoin price action, you can see guys, the price of Bitcoin came exactly at this target area which we talked on my yesterday's video. First target going to be around 33,000, came exactly at this target area, found rejection because this was the resistance line. We had this pullback, but you can see buyers stepped in, big weak rejection to the downside, and price was also able to pierce through the air one target level, which was 33,000 price level. So since the price right now is clearly above the air one target line, what is our next target area? According to the CPR, our next target area is at 37,000 price level, and our no-brainer target area for this January month until the end of January month is going to be at 44,700 price level. So guys, right now, as you can see, we are finding some rejection here to continue further in an upper direction. What can be the causes? Because according to this, if this is going to continue further in an upper direction, expect price finding support also at this air one target level, because this air one target level is going to act as a very strong support if the price is moving in this manner, because this here is going to be now a very strong support which is going to hold the price, and after that we could see a bounce here. But to see this bounce, price must do something different. What I mean by that, let me show you here in this example. So if we look at this price action of Bitcoin in a weekly time frame and look inside this logarithmic growth curve, according to this Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve, you can see if you monitor this price movement, the way the price is heading right now also gives us an indication why actually we are finding difficulty to break here in an up direction. Because according to this logarithmic growth curve and the way the price is moving inside it, let me show you this some important areas, right? So this trend line, what you can see inside, those are the Fibonacci level. So the only one we are going to use today is this one here, the 61.80 Fibonacci level, 50% the middle of channel, and the 38.20 Fibonacci level. So rest we are actually going to deselect it. So as you can see right now, the price inside this logarithmic growth curve, if you monitor this price movement, you can see the upper line has acted as a resistance, right? The lower line has always been a very strong support. Here in March, we had this black swan event, price went clearly below it, but you can see right after that, we started heading in an upper direction, and we also found a very strong support. So right now, what I'm actually trying to show you, the reason, right? A very good reason why we are finding difficulty to close above this area, or why we are finding difficulty to break to the upside, because this is exactly the middle line of this logarithmic growth curve. Because if you go back here and look at the price structure exactly after reaching this middle line area, when the trend was heading to the upside, right, we had a rejection, and after that price saw this pullback. We are only looking for the bullish market, right? So if we look at this here, exactly after reaching this 50 level, we had this pullback around the 38.20 Fibonacci level. So you can see this here is also where we are approaching, and right now we are also finding resistance around this particular area. So as you can see clearly, if this trend line is going to get broken, then we are heading towards this 61.80 Fibonacci level. So to the upside, if we are going to move in this manner towards our next target Fibonacci level, according to this logarithmic growth curve, this is going to be somewhere around 44,500, 44,600. Break above this middle line, right, the Fibonacci line, then we could be heading towards this 44,000. But a rejection, any sort of a rejection, could also pull us around this trend line, which is around 28,000 price level. And if you look here, we have to take this line also into consideration, the upper line, the top CPI line, which is around 27,100, because in most of the cases, more than 95% of cases, price has seen a pullback around the top CPI line before choosing the trend direction. So that's why, since this is clearly a version CPI, I still want you guys to know why and where we could be possibly heading, right, in both direction, to the upside and also to the downside. So as you can see right now, if you would also look at this price action, and not only that guys, if you also look at this Bitcoin dominant chart, you can see here this descending broadening wedge breakout was a pretty impressive one, right? But the area where we are approaching right now is a very crucial area, because you can see here, this is exactly where we are finding some sort of a rejection now for the dominance of Bitcoin. Because you can see here, this top here is a very important level, because if the dominance is able to break above it, then this is going to indicate the altcoin market is not going to start yet, and that means also the altcoin is going to bleed more, right? But if we would see a rejection at this crucial area, since we can see the weak rejection here has already occurred. So if this is going to be a pullback scenario from here on for the dominance of Bitcoin, that is going to be an indication the altcoin market could be starting very soon. So not only this, guys, not only this, if you also look at the price action of Ethereum right now, Ether does looks like it is going completely parabolic. We have been waiting since months and months now for this kind of price move in Ether, and now finally the time has come. Look at this, price of Ether has clearly broken out of this 800 target level. It has also reached my second target level of 915, and now we might be heading towards our third target of 1040 price level, because this rejection here right now, and look at this price level, it has also acted as a resistance and support at this current stage. So that's why we could be finding some difficulty. But if we are going to find support or close above this 915 price level, it is going to trigger another bullish move here in an upper direction. Why I'm saying you this? Because if you look at this scenario here from price action of Bitcoin from this early days, right? Look at this massive move for Ether and look at the price structure here. It could be something like this, guys. I'm not saying it has to be, but this is what could also unfold for the Ethereum price action, because compared to Bitcoin, Ether for me does looks very cheap at this current stage. Even this 915 price level for me for Ether in the long term is very cheap. So in a smaller time frame, now this move here has completely changed the game direction. I mean, this price structure, this could be a very interesting scenario. Support, right? Support, resistance, but once we were able to break out of it, now you can see it has led to a parabolic move in an upward direction. So right now what I'm actually expecting, even if we would see any sort of a price correction or pullback, we could be forming another symmetrical triangle scenario before another massive breakout. So if we are going to see any sort of pullback, this could actually make a very nice symmetrical triangle, and then we are going to continue further in an upper direction in this manner. So guys, this is what I actually see right now looking at the price action of Ethereum and also Bitcoin. So if you enjoyed my work, hit the like button, and also if you're watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye guys.